Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. We're so glad all of you guys are here today. Can I just get like a show of hands of who do we have guests here that are not already ambassadors? Okay. Okay. Here you go. Awesome. So what we're going to do first is just kind of Michelle and I are going to tell a little bit about our stories, and I apologize for anybody who already knows our stories because you're just going to have to listen to them again. But then we're going to go over kind of a product overview so you guys can see, kind of what our products are about, what they do, and then we'll also go over a comp plan review, just kind of showing you what the business side of it looks like, if you're ever interested in anything like that. So yeah, let's get started. So I always kind of joke that I'm like a career dieter because I've just been doing it so long. I learned to emotional eat when I was little, and me and my mom did that together, and by the time I was in kindergarten, I was already very overweight. So this has been a lifelong struggle for me, up and down, up and down. And I have notes here, so if I glance down, just don't judge me, because I don't want to forget to say anything. At my very heaviest was the day that I delivered my daughter, and I weighed 291 pounds on that day. And I knew that I wanted to be healthy for her, and so I started dieting, and I lost 130 pounds within the next year and a half, and kept that off for a little while, and then I got pregnant again, and there the weight came back, right back on, and luckily I didn't gain all of it back, but I did gain plenty of it back. We'll just leave it at that. So the day that I had him, I knew, like, for reals, this had to be different this time. Like, we couldn't do this yo-yo anymore. I wasn't healthy for my kids. I didn't feel good. So I started trying to lose weight on my own, and I was doing the yo-yo again. I would lose some, I would then get discouraged, and I would gain some back. And I mean, my son's 3 now, so we're still dealing with this. We're still getting there. But I think, that process has brought me to where I am, and it's brought me to Plexus. So I'm very grateful for that. So I've pretty much probably tried every diet thing on the market, maybe twice, probably, if we're being honest. And I just always felt deprived, and I felt like I had no willpower. I felt, I just kind of felt lost. I felt really discouraged because I felt like I was never going to get there and never going to be able to be healthy. She texted. Almost here. So, anyways, last spring, my friend Nikki started posting about Plexus. She was starting to sell Plexus, and I was just like, whatever, like, it's just the next thing, I didn't want to do it. And she actually, being the good friend that she is, she gave me some samples anyways. I didn't ask for them, and so I just nicely put them up in the counter and didn't really do anything with them. I just thought it was going to be everything, just like everything else. I didn't think it was going to be any different. So, anyways, fast forward a few months, she was still, the crazy posting Plexus lady on Facebook, and so she piqued my interest again. And at that point, I even ordered a month's supply from her. I don't know why, like, we really couldn't afford to buy it, but I ordered a month's supply, and then it came in, and I ended up shooting that up on the counter too, and I never used it. So, anyways, in July of last year, we were swimming every single day at the pool because I live in Houston, and it is like surface of the sun. You cannot do anything outside unless there's water involved. You have to be in the water. So we were going to the pool every day, and there I was just feeling like a big old beach whale out there. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why can I not get this under control? What is going on? So I remembered, that I had that stuff in my counter. And so I got it out, and I started taking it, and I mean, within a couple of days, I was like, okay, there's something to this. I'm not hungry all the time. I'm not, wanting to cheat on my diet. It was helping me stick to something. Yeah, I started doing it. I was sometimes drinking like 2 drinks a day because they're really yummy. I don't know, for some of you who haven't tried them, they're really good. And I had so much energy. So now I'm going to rewind a little bit. 2 years ago, we moved from Midland. I'd grown up here my whole life, and we moved from Midland to the Houston area. My husband got a really great job opportunity down there, and we felt like that was what we needed to do. So we went there, and we decided I was going to be a stay-at-home mom, and that was something that I had wanted to do forever, and we just really hadn't financially been able to do that here. So we were going to make it happen. We knew things were going to be tight, but we were, going to make it happen. We were able to go down there. We paid off a ton of debt with the sale of our house here. So we felt like, we kind of got this under control. We know what we're doing. and got down there and everything was great for a while, and then it's like when it rains it pours. You know, one thing happens, the next thing happens. We've had medical bills pretty much since we've had kids, because my daughter's had some health issues that we've, you know, constantly been doing tests and, you know, different things for. And then also our son is asthmatic, so we've been in and out of the hospital from time to time. So we had all these bills that we were, you know, doing, and then we started getting more. We were having to do more testing on our daughter, and hi, hello, how are you going? Good. We were having to do some more testing on our daughter, and those bills just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Also, our house, I don't know if it was just like mad at us for a while, I'm not sure, but literally we had like some kind of water catastrophe every month for probably, gosh, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. Just, you know, every time something would happen financially, it was just hurting us, it was killing us. You know, we were taking out a savings, we started having to use credit cards again, we swore we would never do that, and we were having to. And then the final straw was a couple months later after that, my husband is finishing his electrical engineering degree, and we had to take out student loans obviously for that, and we got a message that he was maxing out on his loans, and we were going to be completely self-pay from that point until the time he graduated. And that was just literally the final blow. I mean, we couldn't even wrap our heads around the number that we were going to owe, you know. So it was very overwhelming. It was very stressful. We drained out our savings. Like, I mean, it was just anything you can think of. It was just bad. We talked about me going back to work, but it didn't make sense. I used to be a hairdresser before I stayed home, and we couldn't even afford to pay for daycare while I was trying to build my business, not even guaranteed, you know, to be making an income. So it just wasn't really an option for us. Then there came my friend Nikki posting again on Facebook, and at that point in her Plexus journey, she had replaced her husband's income. And I thought, you know, and this was right about the same time that I finally got all the products out of my cabinet and started taking them, and I was like, okay, I kind of like it, and I want to keep taking it, but we can't afford it. And I kind of need to, you know, help out with our income as well. And so I called her and I talked to her about it, kind of picked her brain on it, and told her, you know, I'm probably going to do it, but let me talk to my husband. He was completely on board. He was like, you know, if you want to, you know, commit to this, go ahead and do that. And I don't know why, like now I kicked myself, but it still took me like 2 more weeks to sign up because I just didn't feel, I was scared. I was scared to post my journey on Facebook for the world to see, for all these people that I went to high school to see. You know, it's just scary to put yourself out there. And then it was like one morning, and that morning was August 14th, I woke up and I just had peace about it. And I knew that this, you know, Plexus thing was in my journey for a reason and had been brought into my path for a reason, and so I signed up. From then on, I went at it. I started posting, much to my, you know, being scared, and so we started doing that and posting, and the customers came, and it just really started taking off. Within the first 2 weeks, I got my first ambassador, my friend Michelle right here, and within 3 weeks, I went silver. So ever since then, it's just kind of snowballed from there, and just sharing with people. So sorry, I lost my place for just a second. It's grown every month since then. I continue to post. You know, we have quite a team now, and so we actually have a team page now where we get a lot of support from each other. And at this point, I've actually replaced my husband's income, and I'm making more than I ever did as a full-time hairstylist. So to say that, you know, it's taken a huge financial burden off of us is just a complete understatement, because we were literally just cracking under the pressure of everything. And to be able to, you know, pay things off, and, you know, things that we haven't, you know, been able to do in so long, it's just amazing. So, and then on the health side of it, I've now lost 50 pounds. I'm still going. I still have a little bit more I need to get off, but I'm sleeping better. My anxiety's under control. I don't feel like I'm, you know, like choking all the time. I just feel better as a whole, and then to be able to share it with my family and see my sister's off of insulin now, like just to see all the things that it's done for my family has just been really amazing. So, I mean, all around, there's the business side or the health side. There's not one thing I can complain about. I mean, it's just been the most amazing thing, and we feel so blessed to be part of it. So.
Well, I did not write anything down, so I'm going to completely wing this. So
It usually comes out better when you wing it.
I hope so. I'm going to flip over myself. So I'm a little different in, well, okay, so when I had my son, I went into the hospital weighing 229 pounds, which is really high for me. I've never been overweight, but that was high. He was 8 months old, and I worked really hard, and I got a lot of it off. Not all of it, but I was close. And then I got pregnant with my daughter. And after I had her, I ate well, I worked out, and I felt like it was working, but I couldn't get those last 15, 20 pounds off. And I was also having a lot of issues with postpartum and anxiety. So I've always been anti-diet pills. I feel like they mess up your metabolism, and I have so many friends that have taken them, and one in particular, she's now 300 pounds, and I mean, her doctor told her that they messed you up. So when I started seeing Heather post, I kind of got intrigued, and at first I was like, oh, but I knew Heather, and she's very natural and gluten-free, so I kind of piqued my interest, and I did a little bit more research, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't do a lot. I'm impulsive, so I had called her the day that I started getting a little bit, doing a little bit of research, and after I got off the phone with her, literally as I'm talking on the phone with her, I was signing up to become an ambassador.
And I even tried to talk her out of it. I was like, don't you want to
try it
first?
I mean, she was a good saleswoman, and I was pretty like, okay, this sounds like a good idea. I'm willing to try it, and I also wanted to get the discount. So it was kind of a win-win for me, and with the welcome pack, you're getting a really good deal anyway, so it just made sense. And then I got it and started trying it, and I already started with my Facebook page and posting it and putting up a lot of other people's testimonies. And then, so I was on it for a month, and I got a little discouraged because the scale didn't move. I lost 5 pounds, but I noticed that all my pants were fitting differently, and I went from in 6 weeks, I went from a size 10 to a 6, and lost 5 pounds, which didn't make sense to me. That's why I tell everybody, measure. Please measure.
Because she did it.
No, no, and you cannot go off that scale. I mean, I didn't. And then I took a picture. It was on my page for a while of my stomach. It was flatter than before I had kids, and it was shocking to me. And I felt like, okay, this is working. And so once I started posting my own testimony, it blew up. I mean, that's what people really want to see. They want to see. They can, you can post everybody else's testimonials. But once they see that, okay, I know her and it's working for her and I trust that. And all my friends know me. I'm not going to try to sell you something that I don't 100% believe in. So if you do that, I mean, post your own testimonial. And I did. I lost 5 pounds. I gained a little bit. I'm having some issues with my thyroid and all that fun stuff, but everything worked out. They just lowered my thyroid medication, and my endocrinologist thinks that it is toxic. So that's pretty awesome. And as far as the business side, I have always worked since I was 15 years old, and then I became a mommy, and I didn't have my own income coming in, and it kind of gave me anxiety. Like, I didn't like having to ask my husband, can I go in here and get that, or can I have 20 bucks? I don't know, it didn't sit well with me. I've never had to do that in my life. So when I told him about it, he was kind of iffy at first, and after that first month, and it had paid for all my products, he couldn't say anything, and now I'm doing amazing. And so needless to say, he's very kind. But yeah, so, and I've signed, I don't even know. I went silver after a month, and it's just, it's a little fun here, and I am so thankful for Plexus
You know it's on now, Mindy.
Yes, I did. Like 5 times. How are you? How are you doing?
Well,